Why, hello there, YouTube. I'm Random Ross. So I thought I want to do this. It's Christmas time, and one of my all-time favorite Christmas stories, of course, are A Christmas Carol. And I've retold this story in many different versions in my mind, and I want to tell you this version that I've manifested by myself. I mean, there's bits of everything thrown in there from different takes of the classic tale, but in this one, I'm going to tell you a modernized take on this. A Christmas Carol, where Ebeneezer Ben Scrooge, present day, owns a whiskey brewery and, of course, is just caring about finances and money and doesn't care about anyone but himself. But you know where we're going with this one. He gets visited by his former business partner who warns him of free spirits that have visited him and he becomes a changed man. Well, now I'm going to tell you this version of A Christmas Carol. 7 years ago, Ebeneezer Ben Scrooge, for short, attends the funeral of Jacob Marley where he is being buried. Scrooge, a man in his late 50s, early 60s, looks down at the coffin as it's lowered into the ground, stating, "Yes, Marley was a good man of business. Shame he went when he did." You may proceed as the vicar reads out the eulogy of the funeral. Meanwhile, in Marley's coffin, he sleeps, resting, until he hears the sound of something clanging, loud metal. He then wakes and is like, "Ugh, what's going on here? Can't I rest in peace?" said Marley, a late middle-aged man in a three-piece suit. He gets out of his coffin and finds himself in a hellish purgatory, like a blacksmith's steel works. There he sees the person making the noise, clanging and hammering. He then goes, excuse me, but where am I and why are you making that noise?" The blacksmith, a muscular man, says, "Mr. Marley, I've been waiting for you." "What? Sorry, but where am I?" "You're in the next phase of your existence, purgatory. I've been instructed by the powers that be to forge these chains." "Chains?" "Yes, Mr. Marley." The blacksmith presents him with chains, saying, "These are the chains you forged in life, each loop representing a person that you have wronged in life." Marley then looks, saying, "I'm not wearing those chains, if that's what you're thinking." "You don't have a choice," said the blacksmith. The chains wrap around Marley's body, cuffing onto his wrists and ankle and neck, and feels the heavy weight of these chains with lockboxes attached. Going, "Huh, what? What have I done to deserve this?" "As I said the blacksmith, you forged these in life. You will have the chance to redeem yourself." "What are you talking about?" "Your friend, Ebenezer." "What, Ben? He's a good friend. What do I need to save him from?" "From this fate that you have bestowed upon yourself. The years will change 7 times, 7 rotations until you can reach out to your friend and warn him of the fate that awaits him. But his soul can still be saved, said the blacksmith. As he faded away, Marley then sees himself in a ghostly sort of nowhere place as the steel mill around him fades away. With nothing but the chains on him, he goes, "Wait, come back! Hello? Hello!" 7 Christmases later. Now the present day. Scrooge is getting driven to his place of work. As he does, he sees everyone in the festive spirit around modern day London. Carolling, Christmas shopping, everyone being joyous and delightful. He then arrives at his workplace, Scrooge and Marley Whisky Brewery. As he enters, all the employees quickly get to work. As for Bob Cratchit, his assistant, looking at the thermostat, tempted to turn up the temperature, Scrooge then walks in and says, "Remember, Bob Cratchit, if you turn the heating on, the bill comes out of your pay." "Oh, I wasn't. I was just making sure it wasn't turned on," said Cratchit. "Do I have any appointments today?" said Scrooge. "No, Mr. Scrooge. It is Christmas after all, and, well, you know." "Yes, Cratchit, you may have tomorrow off as you are entitled to holiday time." "Oh, yes, I know. That's what I was going to ask you about," said Cratchit. "It is only once a year, though." "Yes, a waste of a day. But I warn you, be here all the earlier the next day on Boxing Day. Do you understand that?" said Scrooge. "Yes," said Bob. "Right, now get to work." Scrooge then gets to work in his office and starts working. As the day goes on, midday arrives. Scrooge steps out of his office and says to Bob, "Okay, here is my lunch order. I want you to get, Mr. Cratchit." Yes, I'll go do it right away, sir." As he's about to get his coat, some charity workers come in saying, "Ah, Mr. Scrooge, just the person we want to see." "What is it now?" "Well, we're collecting money for, well, various charities." "Yes, various charities," said the second charity worker. "We're raising money for doctors on the front line, for children that have nowhere to stay, for the homeless, and just being good all round." "I see," said Scrooge. "Are there not any hospitals? Are there not any orphanages or hostels?" "Well, yes, but every penny counts. I mean, without our charity people would die." "Then they best die," said Mr. Scrooge, "and decrease the surplus population." "Oh, now surely you don't mean that, Mr. Scrooge." "I do." "Well, can we at least get you down for something? How much for?" "Let me see." "Nothing," said Scrooge. "What? You wish to remain anonymous?" said the charity workers. "No, I wish to be left alone. Now please leave my office," said Scrooge, as he does so. Then, as the charity men leave, another man arrives with a Christmas card and good spirits. "Merry Christmas, everyone," says the young man. Cratchit then says, "Oh, Merry Christmas, Fred. I'm just out to get your uncle's lunch." "Ah, good. Just us two then, isn't it, Uncle?" "What is it now, Fred? I assume you're here for your yearly visit where you invite me for Christmas dinner, and you know what I'm going to say." "Oh, come on, don't be like that, Uncle. I'd love for you to come to Christmas dinner one year. That's why I never give up. See, I cherish Christmas in all my heart." "Yeah, well, anyone who does should be boiled in their own Christmas pudding," said Scrooge. "Oh, come on, you don't mean that, Uncle." "Look, you do Christmas in your way, and I'll do it in my way. It's a waste of a day. I don't know why people are fussed over that one day. Well, Uncle, it's a joyous day, a day that brings people together. And I'd love for you to meet the wife. I mean, you did miss the wedding. Business never sleeps. Why did you even get married anyway? Well, because I fell in love, said Fred. Well, I wish to decline your invitation, Fred. Good afternoon. Oh, well, Merry Christmas, Uncle. Good afternoon, Fred. Scrooge then gets back behind his desk and resumes working. Cratchit later arrives with his lunch, and then the day continues as normal. As 5 o'clock approaches, Cratchit peeps into the office. Scrooge then says, "You still have 5 minutes, Bob." "Oh, of course, sir. Never mind those 5 minutes. You may go now. But remember what I said." "Yes, I'll be here all the earlier the next day on Boxing Day. I won't disappoint you this time, Mr. Scrooge." "Yes, you say that every year, and what do? I arrive before you. This will be your final warning, Cratchit." Yes, I know. Good evening, Mr. Scrooge." Cratchit then leaves the office and starts to make his way home. As for Scrooge, he works a little longer until 6 o'clock approaches. He then closes his office up and leaves the brewery. As he gets into his car, his driver starts to drive him home. As he drives through London once again, the whole city is lit up with lights, people celebrating, caroling, drinking, and preparing for the big day. As Scrooge looks outside, he thinks, "It's a bunch of humbug." Then Scrooge slowly snoozes. As he does so, he then sits in the back of his car, where he looks to his right and sees Marley sat next to him going, "Hello, Ben." "Ah!" Scrooge then wakes up. His driver then says, "Is everything all right, sir?" "Yes, sorry, I dozed off for a moment." "Well, you're home, sir." "Thank you. I shan't need you now till Boxing Day. Good night." "Merry Christmas, sir." "Bah, humbug," said Scrooge. He then walks up to his door before hearing Christmas carols at a church across the road. He then goes up to them and says, "Would you lot please shut up? You're out of tune and you sound awful." The vicar then says, "Oh, come on, Mr. Scrooge, it's Christmas Eve. Would you like to donate to our charity? These children should be arrested for terrible singing. Keep the noise down." As Scrooge then storms off back to his house, the vicar then says, "Come on, kids, it's time for our mass." They then make their way into the church. As for Scrooge, he walks up to his door. As he looks for the key, he then sees Marley's face peering through the door, saying, "Hi, Benny." As he drops his keys, he looks again, and this time he doesn't see anything. He then reaches down to get his keys and unlocks the door, walks inside and closes it. He then turns on the light and walks into the kitchen, where he puts on the cooker and warms his hands by the stove. He then makes himself some supper, tomato soup and bread. As he then finishes that, he then goes upstairs and readies himself for bed. In his room, he lights up a fire and sits down, where he pours himself a glass of whisky, with his own whisky brand, Scrooge and Marley. Meanwhile, at the Cratchit household. Bob tucks his children into bed, and his son Tim goes, "Ah, I can't wait for tomorrow." "Yes, I know, but the sooner you go to bed, the sooner Father Christmas comes." "Okay, good night, Dad." "Good night, son. You've been a good, brave boy this year," as he kisses him on the head. Bob then goes downstairs where his wife, Emily, is wrapping up presents, saying, "So we managed to get the kids at least one present each." "Yeah. We couldn't afford anything for each other again, could we?" "No, we couldn't, but the greatest gift I can get is the kids' joy on their faces," said Bob. "Well, I think we should turn in for the night too. It's getting late." "Yeah." As Scrooge sits by his fire, sipping his whisky and reading a book, he then hears chains rattling. He then dismisses it, thinking he's hearing things, but then hears a voice saying, "Scrooge." "Who's there?" said Scrooge. "Go away." "Scrooge." He then hears the chains rattling and getting closer, then hearing a knock on the door. Scrooge then says, "I'm calling the police. I suggest you leave now before they get here." Then the knocking stops, and for a brief moment it's silent, until the door unlocks, and bursting through the door, a cold breeze blows in, putting out the fire and sending the chills down Scrooge. As the spirit walks in, it's none other than Jacob Marley himself. As he walks in with the chains all over him, he says, "Hello, Benny." "Benny? No one's called me Ben or Benny in a long time." "Well, you never did like your full name, did you? Ebeneezer. Bit old-fashioned, isn't it?" "How do you know this? Who the hell are you?" "Oh, come on, don't you know? Don't you recognize an old face? In life, I was your partner. A good businessman, as you said." "Jacob Marley? No, no, you died 7 years ago." "I did, but it's felt like a lot longer than that. Time moves differently in the spirit world." "No, I'm seeing things. This whiskey. I've finally gone mad from my own whiskey. Our whiskey. Remember how we made it, you and I?" No, I see you, but I don't believe what's happening in front of me." "You should." Marley then grabs a glass and the whiskey bottle and pours himself a drink. He then downs the glass as it spills onto the floor. Marley then saying, "Whew, goes straight through me that every time. I always did love our own brand, didn't I?" "Begone! Leave!" Marley then lets out a huge wail at Scrooge, frightening him, saying, Okay. "I believe you," said Scrooge. "I must." "But why are you here?" "I make this visit for your well-being and not my own." "It's too late for me." Marley then sits down, and Scrooge also sits in his armchair and says, "So why are you here?" said Scrooge. "Well, why am I here?" said Marley. "What's with the chains on you?" "The chains? These are chains that I forged in life for all the wrongdoings I did. You've got them too, you just can't see yours yet." "I can't see mine." "Yeah, the same fate awaits you. But there is a chance that you can be saved," said Marley. "What do you mean?" said Scrooge. I'll give it to you straight. You'll be visited by free spirits. Free spirits? Yes! Heed my warning, Scrooge, said Marley. You'll be visited by free spirits. Expect the first one by the strike of one. Strike of one? Can't they all just come at once and it's over and done with? Said Scrooge. I don't make the rules here, said Marley. It's the great powers that be. So, you'll be visited by them, and I would treat them with the greatest respect, said Marley. Greatest respect, yeah. It's not too late for you, my friend. You can still be saved, as I've been told. Marley then walks up to the window and then opens it. Scrooge is saying, you're letting quite the draught. I know. Can't you see 'em all? Said Marley. All those restless spirits. Scrooge then looks out the window where he sees ghosts all around, saying, What is this? Halloween and Christmas Eve, the only 2 nights of the year where the worlds between the living and the dead are at their thinnest. They're all just wondering as I do. Well, I best leave you here. You're going? Yeah. Don't worry. I'll check in on you every now and then. As I said, respect these spirits, Ben, because they can still help you see reason. As Marley then floats out through the window, he then goes and floats with the other ghosts, and then they all fade away, and the fireplace lights back up. Scrooge then closes the window, and then closes the door, where he sits back down in front of the warm fire, wondering and processing what he had seen. Later on, as the night approaches, he then looks at his clock, saying midnight. He then gets into bed and goes to sleep. 1 hour later, the clock strikes 1. The bells of the clock tower in London go off. His alarm clock also goes off, waking Scrooge as the first of the free spirits begins to arrive. Scrooge then lays his head back down as he tries to go back to sleep. Then, in the corner of his room, a bright light is noticed. He then wakes up again where he sees a young woman in a white female Santa gown with a candle, which is the light. He then goes up to it, and there he sees her face. Smiling at him, she says, Hello, Scrooge. Scrooge then says, Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold? That's right, said the spirit. I am the ghost of Christmas past. Christmas past? Yes, but you can call me Joy. Joy? That's my name. And what do you mean, Christmas past? Your past. The shadows of what have been in Christmas for you, Ebeneezer. Or is it Ben you prefer? Ben will do fine. Then let us begin, said Joy. Begin? Our journey. Look into my candlelight. Into your candlelight? Yes. Go on. Scrooge then looks into the candlelight, where he then sees something in it. He sees what looks to be an old classroom. There, Scrooge is then transported to a classroom with Joy at his side going, Do you remember this? 1971. My father sent me to boarding school. After my mother died, he never really, well, he never, because she died giving you life. And it was never easy for him. No, it wasn't. My older sister, Francesca, had to step up and be a motherly figure to me as well as a big sister. What's going on here, though? I mean, can't they see us? No, these are shadows of what have been. They can't hear you nor see you. Scrooge looks upon his younger self. Then a headmaster enters, going, "Ah, Master Scrooge, you're still here? Uh, you know what it's like. Ah, well, I thought you'd be all home now for Christmas. It is Christmas Eve after all. Yeah, my dad'll be here. Ah, yes. You know, Master Scrooge, you really step up on your studies, and I think after the Christmas period we should maybe move you up to a higher class. I'm really looking forward to that, headmaster." Ah, good, good. Scrooge then looks and says, "Ah, yes, I was a lot more brighter in my class, with me being the last to always get picked up from boarding school. I had more time on my hands." Then, doing a few-year time jump to Christmas 1977, Scrooge's older sister, Francesca, walks in going, "Benny!" "Fran? What are you doing here?" Fran, a young woman in her 20s, going, "You're 16. You should have left school a while ago. I think it's time you came home. But what about Dad? All he ever seems to do is sit and watch the telly and get drunk, and we just have Christmas." "I know, but he's a changed man now. And I said that he's old enough to come home, and he really has tried. He's sorted himself out," said Fran. "Ah, of course he did." Scrooge then goes home, where he sees his father going, "Ah, Ebeneezer, welcome home, son." "Father, you're sober?" "Yeah, almost a year now. I blamed you for something that was never your fault. I know I can't turn back the clock, but I want to be a better person, a better father to you. So, I want to start now." "Took you a while, but you did forgive him, didn't you?" said Joy. "Yes, I did. 1 year later, he passed away. Heart attack. And of course, Fran, she met her future husband and had my nephew Fred. I pretty much had to provide for myself." We then jump forward to Christmas 1983, where young Scrooge is working in a brewery going, "I remember this place. Yes, my first proper whiskey job that got me into this." Ah, there I am, as he sees his young 23-year-old self brewing and making whiskey. And then he sees a young Jacob Marley with him going, "I think he'll like this. Yeah, I mean our own whiskey, but we've always followed the boss's formula. Yeah, well, there's no harm in trying our own. We've tasted it as well. It seems great. We ought to share it at the party, give free samples." Ah, yes, enough, everybody, stop your working now. Scrooge then looks and says, "Ah, it's my old boss, Mr. Fezziwig. Oh, I remember those days working at Fezziwig Brewery. Ah, those memories. Okay, people, it's Christmas Eve. I don't want to see any of you working. It's time to celebrate." They then start to have a Christmas celebration and party. And Scrooge then realizes, wait, I remember this night. Of course you do. It's the night you met her, Bella. Ah, yes. Scrooge then walks along and bumps into Bella, accidentally spilling a drink on her. Going, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It's fine. I should have been watching where I was going. No, I should have been watching where I was going." I don't think I've seen you before. I work in the office. I've been over here a few months. My name's Bella. Ah, Ebeneezer, but everyone calls me Ben. Ben? Well, it is in my name after all, Ben. And you hit it off with her. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We then see Scrooge throughout his time where he sees himself have a romantic relationship with Bella from 1984, 1985, then came 1986. Scrooge then saying, well, looks like all those years of donating and parties and that for Fezziwig have caught up with him. He's becoming bankrupt. "Still," said Jacob, "we're setting up our own whiskey brewery, aren't we? Scrooge and Marley Whisky. I can see it now. Us making the money. Yeah, it's great." Ah. What are you thinking about, Scrooge? Well, I think I might propose to Bella. I've been with her long enough, and we've been working hard to get here. Of course, she didn't feel the same way, did she? No, she didn't, said Scrooge. Ah, so I'm here, Bella. So I told your father. I said to him, by next Christmas I would have a business up and running. Yes, you did. You've been putting more effort into that business than us. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Ben, said Bella, when you asked my father for my hand in marriage, you made it look like a business transaction. Well, I can provide for us both. And you already said yes, only because you proposed in front of everyone at the brewery. I couldn't just turn you down, but I'm sorry, but I feel that you've got a new love now, and it's your business with Jacob. I can't compete with that, said Bella. What are you saying? She's saying that you go after her. I'm sorry, Ben, but I just can't do this. Bella then hands him the engagement ring back and leaves, saying to Scrooge, by the way, I found a new job. I start in January. So I'll be handing in my notice too. You got a new job? Yeah. It's in Wales. I was hoping you'd come with me, but obviously you have your life here. Oh, go after her, you fool! Go after her, Scrooge said. Joy then tells him, oh, Ben, I know it hurts. Of course it hurts. I let her go, and I was too blind to see it. I was setting up that stupid business. It worked out for you, though, didn't it, the business? You made a successful brewery and you still run it to this very day. You and Marley, partners in crime. Yes. I never spoke to Bella again after that. Yes. Joy then shows him her candle flame again, where Scrooge looks into it and says, "What are you showing me?" He sees himself with Joy showing him a vision of him and Bella together with a family of their own, going, "What's this? It's a life you could have had with her if you hadn't become the person you are. You said you never saw her again. Well, not long after, she met another fellow and fell in love with him, and they married and started a family of their own. Why are you showing me this? Can't you see I'm hurting enough?" "I know the past hurts, Ben, but you can either run from it or learn from it." "You know, there's a reason I forget these things, why I repress them." Scrooge then sees himself 7 years ago, where Jacob is drinking some whiskey, saying, "Well, profits are getting up. We're in a good business here, Ben. I can see it." Yeah. Well, seems that we have to give everyone off tomorrow, at least Christmas Day. Bloody Christmas. It's just a big con. Yes, it is. Well, I'll leave you to lock up, Jake. Yeah. Good evening, Benny. You too, Jake. That was the last time you ever saw him alive, wasn't it? We had to bury him the following few days. What are you doing? I don't want to see this part. Marley then looks at his big Christmas bonus, proud and happy with himself. He was always a good businessman, worked hard, and although he was blunt, he always made sure he got that big paycheck with you at his side. Then Marley starts to feel some discomfort in his chest. He then sees Marley having a heart attack. He goes, "No, why are you showing me this?" Marley then gets up and takes 2 steps forward before collapsing and succumbing to his heart attack, where he then dies. And it wasn't until Boxing Day you found him. "Jake," said Scrooge, as he sees his past self. Jake. He then checks his pulse and goes, "Oh no, Jacob, what happened here?" Scrooge then, looking sad, says, "Coroner said it was a quick one. Buried him on New Year's Eve." "I know," said Joy. As her candle gets smaller and smaller, she then says, "My time with you is almost done, Ben. But remember what I said. As much as it hurts the past, you can either run from it or learn from it." Scrooge, looking sad. Joy then puts out her candle, and for a brief second Scrooge is in darkness until he sees himself back in his room. Exhausted and seeing day breaking, He sits down on his bed and lays back down as he tries to go back to sleep, only to turn to his side and see Marley laid next to him going, "How was that?" "Buh!" went Scrooge. Scrooge gets up out of bed and says, "What are you doing?" Marley then gets up and says, "I want to see how you've been getting on." "Oh, was it a good trip down memory lane?" said Marley. "It was at first, but then I started to relive memories that I wanted to forget about. Even seeing you die." "I know. Terrible, wasn't it? But you just need to know that everything that happens here tonight, you brought on yourself, as I did with me, but it's too late for me. I've got these chains on me and they're so heavy." "Yes, and I'm sorry about that, Jake. But what am I supposed to get from this?" "To be a better man." Then Scrooge then starts to smell something. "Is that roasted meat?" "Oh yeah, roasted meat. That means he's nearly here. What? The next spirit? Well, I best leave you to it." Then Scrooge hears a jolly voice going, "Come and know me better, man." "Do you know who this one is?" as Scrooge turns to Marley, but only to see that he's gone. Scrooge then looks and then sees his door lighting up. He then walks up to his door and opens it as he makes his way downstairs to a lit up display. Scrooge makes his way downstairs, where he sees a whole display of Christmas decorations, bright lights, and a table with a Christmas feast laid out with a huge turkey and roasted meat. Sitting in the corner of the room, he sees a tall, big man with a beard and modern clothing, saying, "Come on here and know me better, man," said the spirit. Scrooge then goes, "So you're the next one, are you?" "That's right," said the spirit. "I am the ghost of Christmas present, because now is a gift." "Is it?" said Scrooge. "Yes, it is. But you may call me Bing." "Bing?" said Scrooge. "That's right, like Bing Crosby, quite the Christmas icon. Have you ever come across any of my siblings by any chance?" "Your siblings?" said Scrooge. How many do you have?" "Oh, let's see, about 2,024 of them, to be exact." "That's quite the family you have." "Ah, well, I've never met them. Anyhow, Ebeneezer, or Ben, do you prefer? Are you ready to accompany me on this journey we are about to go on?" "Journey?" said Scrooge. "Yes, the here and the now." Bing then shrinks down to size and puts on a green modern coat and a woolly hat, saying, "Let us go and see all that is," said Bing. Then Scrooge touches his coat and then find themselves on a London street where people are all around, all festive and jolly. Scrooge asking, "Where are we?" "Why, we're in the here and the now. It's Christmas morning. Come, let us see the celebration that is." Then Scrooge and Bing then head into a church where he sees people singing Christmas carols and celebrating the birth of Jesus, and even sees Bob Cratchit there, sat next to his son Tim, as they sing along to the Christmas carols. "Oh, it's Bob Cratchit. He's He's with his boy. Yes, he is. Quite a lovely display it is, isn't it? This is what I love about Christmas, how it brings out the good in people, and the greatest gift you can ever give anyone is kindness. You're quite the presence, I see. Well, that is why I am the ghost of Christmas present. Come along, we have much more to see. Then, as they leave the church, Scrooge then sees himself outside a house. You know this place? Yes, I do. It's my nephew's home. Scrooge and Bing then enter, where no one can see us, right? Oh, that's right. They can't see us, but we can see them. Just see what people really think about you, Ebeneezer. Sorry, Ben. Scrooge sees his nephew Fred having a celebration with friends and family, playing party games. Then Fred goes, okay, how about a game of 20 questions? Okay, let's do it. I'll go first. One friend asks him, are you a person? He goes, yes. Are you in the room? No. Are you someone you know? Yes. Is he a good person? Yes and no. Then his wife says, it's your Uncle Ben. Yes, it is. They all gather and laugh, going all celebrating and joyous. Then a small girl goes up to her going, is he coming, Mr. Uncle Scrooge? Oh, darling, he loved to, but he's a very busy man. You know, he works quite a lot. He has a daughter? Said Ben. Yes, he does. There's a lot about your nephew you don't know. Why do you think he always invites you every year to his home? So you can meet his family. After all, family is very important. Family is everything. To say you've never met your siblings, there is a reason for that. But we're focusing on you. Scrooge then sees Fred and his wife enter the kitchen as he helps her prepare some Christmas food and put the turkey in the oven, saying to him, I don't know why you always ask your uncle to come every year. Oh, come on, Mary, he is family and I'm the only family he's got, really. And he did take me in after my mother died. He's all I had, and now he's kind of, well, I'm all he's got. But he's a stubborn man and he's set in his ways. I just hope one year I can convince him, because he's not going to realise how good something is till it's gone. Well, at least you have good spirits, Fred. I know, darling. As they kiss one another. Scrooge then looking, saying, he still cares about me. Still treats me as family. Because you are family, said Bing. Come along. I have much more to show you, and not a lot of time to do it. As his red beard begins to turn grey. Then they see that they're on another road. Hey, I know this place. Of course you do. It's the Cratchit home. Come, let's enter. Scrooge and Bing enter the house, where they observe Emily Cratchit with two of the other Cratchit kids, all eager and celebrating and ready for their Christmas dinner, saying, okay, now let's all settle down. Your dad and Tim will be back soon. Then Bob and Tim enter the house. And we're back. Sorry we're late. We just, really loved singing Christmas carols. Oh, you're here now, said Emily as they kiss. And then Bob puts Tim down onto the ground and they all start to gather around the table. As they do, Scrooge sees Mrs. Cratchit enter the kitchen, where she takes the roast out of the oven, saying, "That's quite a small turkey." "That's because it's not a turkey, it's a chicken. It's all they could afford. Past its sell-by date by 1 day, but it's harmless enough." "Ah, yes. You've outdone yourself, love." "Oh, boy, the meat, the chicken." As Tim gets up, he then collapses to the ground, going, "Whoa, steady there, boy. Come on, let's get you up." "Well, what's wrong with him?" said Scrooge. "Well, he's quite a sick boy. He has a rare condition where tumours are around in his limbs, and he struggles to walk sometimes. Like, look there. You can see there's a little money box where they're saving up to take him to Switzerland, where he can get some of the best treatment he can. But it's not cheap, though, to do so, and with the salary you give him, it's amazing he can give his children a Christmas at all." I didn't know all this." "Well, you probably didn't know a lot about your employees, given that you are you. Well, isn't this a delight? Merry Christmas." And Tiny Tim then says, "And God bless us, every one." And of course we have Mr. Scrooge to thank for this, the founder of our feast. Ugh. Oh, Emily, come on, the kids. I don't know why you had to bring that man up for. I doubt his Christmas is very merry. And I don't even know why you continue to work for that man. God knows you're due a Christmas bonus or a pay raise. Yet he doesn't provide it for you. He just likes to sit at home on his throne of money. I doubt his Christmas will be very merry. Come on now, dear. We should always think about those that are not as fortunate as us. I'll drink to the kids, but not to him." "Dad," said one of the Cratchit kids, "why do you think Mr. Scrooge is not fortunate when he's got a lot of money?" "Well, kids," said Bob, "I think Mr. Scrooge is very sick, and I don't think he sees how lonely he is and how miserable he can be. It's sad, really. He always declines his nephew's invitation for Christmas dinner. He just spends it alone, counting his money or something. I just hope one day he realizes that, he's going to have no one to care for him at all." Scrooge looks on and says, "This is what people really think of me?" "Yes, it is," said Bing. "Come along. I have much more I need to show you, and my time is getting short." Then Bing takes Scrooge, and then they fly across the sky as they then go around the world all at once and see Christmas Day celebrated in different countries around the world, from Australia to Italy to Spain to France to America to New York, and even in prisons where prison inmates are being festive in the best way they can. Then Scrooge and Bing find themselves in a quiet slum-like place. Scrooge looks at Bing and sees that he's aged rapidly, saying, "Do you grow old?" "My time on this earth is brief. It ends this very night. Once I'm gone, another sibling will step in, take my place next Christmas." "Another sibling?" "Yes. Remember when I said I've never met them, all 2024 of them? It's because they all precede me. I'm very nearing the end of my time here. But you've opened my eyes. You've made me see that despite my ways, people still think I'm, I don't know, someone to be thought about at Christmas time. Yes, well, your selfish ways have made you blinded. Then Scrooge looks around and says, "Where are we, exactly? Don't you recognize this place?" Scrooge sees himself in a homeless shelter where there are many homeless people. "Remember that man? You fired him last year. He struggled to keep his family afloat, and here they are, spending it in a hostel because they can't afford a home." "Oh no. And look there. There's another person. A homeless man you pass by every day and you don't notice him. All he wants is a bit of money for something to eat and warm to drink at Christmas time." All these people, despite their poverty, they all come together where, from the help of charities, they can find something of a Christmas. Scrooge then sees himself in a hospital where there are many doctors working on Christmas Day, tending to sick patients. Ah, isn't it a lovely time of year, Christmas? You should be with your family, Doctor. Ah, yes, but all these people, they're sick. They need me. They need us. And with the charities, they can all just be such a big help to us all. Remember what it is you said. They best die quick and decrease the surplus population. You know, telling them aren't there enough hostels or hospitals around? There are, but they struggle. Struggle a lot, and every penny can count to help them. Then Scrooge and Bing see themselves in a sort of nowhere place. Scrooge is saying, "Where are we? My time with you is almost done." Then two young children appear at the side of Bing as he continues to deteriorate. The children, looking skinny and poor and poverty-driven. Scrooge then says, "Forgive me, Spirit, but who are these two?" "They're your children, Scrooge. Manifestations of your ignorance and greed. The boy here is ignorance and the girl is want. The boy representing your negligence to those who need help, and want representing those you have turned away. This is what your ways have impacted the present day. Please, I don't wish to look at them." "Come on, children. I think you've spooked him enough." The two children fade away back into darkness as Bing continues to wither and grow old and start to shrivel away. "I leave you with the next spirit, Scrooge. Treat him with the utmost respect. He cannot speak for what is not yet written." Then Bing deteriorates and becomes a skeleton, and then he turns into dust and blows away as his cloak and everything blow away into nowhere. Scrooge then, standing on his own in this nowhere place, this dark void, he then goes, "Hello? Anyone?" Then Marley appears once again, pouring a glass of whiskey and sipping it, going, "So there you go. You've seen the past, you've seen the present. Jake, I thought I'd see you again. Why are you coming back for?" "Because I need to try and save you, that's why." You think it's fun being trapped in the spirit world with these chains on? It's not. And I hope that these two, Joy and Bing, have opened your eyes and made you see sense. They have. You're right, I can only learn from my past mistakes, and the present. Everyone thinks about me, and some think I'm just not worth the time or anything at all. Of course not. Then Scrooge begins to feel a chill as mist and fog begin to fill the area, saying, "Whew, it's cold. Of course it's cold for you. I'm dead. I am immune to the cold now. All this stuff happening around here, that can mean only one thing. The final spirit is near. Respect him greatly, Ben, because he's the one who will know all and decide all. What are you going to do? I best not be here when it shows." Marley then fades away, and Scrooge, he waits eagerly for the next spirit. Then Marley calls out to him one last time, saying he will ring 3 times. Then Scrooge feels a presence as a tall, muscular figure in black manifests behind him. The third and final spirit appears with a huge bell in his hand. He rings it 3 times. Ring, ring, ring. Scrooge then acknowledges the ring, saying he will ring 3 times. Ring, ring, ring. And for a third and final time, the spirit rings the bell 3 more times. Ring, 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 before throwing the bell into the void. Scrooge then turns around and says, "Are you the ghost of Christmas future? Christmas yet to come?" The spirit appearing to Scrooge, a tall, muscular hobo in a boiler suit and rags, and a tattered up hooded jacket, a long frosted beard and frostbitten skin, tilts his head forward, acknowledging Scrooge's answer. Scrooge then says, "I fear you more than any other spectre that I've come across, but I know your purpose is to do me good, so I will accompany you on whatever you have to show me. Tell me, do you have a name, like the others have?" The spirit then crouches down onto one knee, and on the ground where there is snow, he writes his name into the snow, saying his name, Noel. As he gets back up, Scrooge looks and says, "Noel, your name is Noel." The spirit tilting his head forward, saying, "Do you not speak?" Noel then opens his mouth. As Scrooge looks, he goes, "Oh, I see. They mention that you can't speak as the future is not yet written, so you don't have a tongue. Okay. Well, Noel, please, lead on." Noel then points his finger, telling Scrooge to go forward. Scrooge then says, "Okay then, forward I go." Scrooge walks forward and then sees himself in the future, saying, "How far in the future are we?" Scrooge then looks and sees that the year is on a newspaper that's blowing by Christmas Eve 2026. 1 year? Then Scrooge sees himself back at Cratchit's house, where a funeral hearse is taking away a casket with the devastated Cratchit family in tears. Oh no. No. The boy dies? He can't die. Scrooge then goes into the Cratchit home, where he sees a grieving Cratchit family in tears, saying, "Come on now, kids. He was very sick, Tim, and we just couldn't afford to get him the medicine he needed. But before they took him, I promised him every Sunday we'll see him. Okay? Every Sunday." In the kitchen, Bob then goes up to Emily, saying, "I spoke to the vicar. Nice man. Says there's a nice burial site in the cemetery. Lovely place. Come on, I know that this is a hard time now, but he's not ill anymore." Emily then says, "Bob, I'm sorry, but I just can't do this anymore." What do you mean? After the funeral and stuff, I think we should just go our separate ways. Oh, Emily, you don't mean that. I'm sorry, Bob, but I don't think I love you anymore. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, my precious little boy. Scrooge then sheds tears as he says, "Oh no, this can't be. It cannot be." Noel then points his finger again, as Scrooge then looks forward and sees himself in his office working, as his nephew Fred comes and says, "Well, Uncle, can I not persuade you to come over tomorrow?" "I've told you time and time again, Fred, I don't have time for your Christmas fiascos." "Say, where is that Mr. Cratchit?" "Bob? I had to let him go. Was wanting too much time off to tend to his ill son." "Oh, I heard about that. That poor boy Tim. You know, if you'd have given him a bit of a raise and maybe showed a bit of compassion and not put your work before anything else, he might still be here." "Goodbye, Fred. I'm going to take that as a no." "Yes, you are correct." "Well, good. I don't think I ever want a tight miser like you in my home." "So what? You're going to ask me, or is this the last time you ask me for Christmas dinner?" "You know what? I think it is. You're not worth it anymore, Uncle. You're just not worth it. Goodbye." Fred then slams the office door and leaves, as Scrooge continues to work, saying, "No, you stupid fool. You can't just let all this happen. You can't. Please, no. This can't be me. Well, what if these are the shadows of what not will be, what could be? It can't be too late, can it?" Then Scrooge sees his future self gripping onto his chest, noticing that, what's happening to me? Scrooge then gets up and sees that he's suffering a heart attack, and then takes 2 steps forward before collapsing to the ground, dying the same way Marley did. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, please, no. I'm not the man I once was. Please, please. Then Noel points forward again, this time seeing himself in a cemetery, where he sees the Cratchit family mourning Tim, with many people gathered, and then across from the cemetery sees his own funeral taking place, where his nephew Fred is the only attendee. No, no, please, Spirit. Please, no, it's not too late. I can change. I can. Please. I'm not the man I once was. I'll cherish Christmas. In the past, in the present, and the future, I can change myself. Please. Oh, please. Then Marley appears to Scrooge, saying, "Yep, here's to you, Benny, the richest man in the cemetery." Then Scrooge sees chains appear as they all wrap around him, go, "No, no, please, please, no, no, no." And then Scrooge falls backwards as he then sees himself back in his room. He then looks and says, I'm back in my room. I'm home." Then Ben walks up to his window and opens it, hearing the church bells chiming, and there he sees some young boys that were in the choir the night before, saying, You there, boys! What's today?" "I'm sorry, what? What's today, my fine young fellows?" It's December 25th, Christmas Day." "Christmas Day? I haven't missed it. Oh, the spirits have given me another chance." "You're not going to shout at us again for singing?" "Shout at you? Shout at you?" said Scrooge. "I'll be shouting at you for not singing. Oh, just you wait there. I'll be right down. Oh, joy, joy, oh, joy." As Scrooge gets ready and dresses in his best wear, he then goes down and goes up to the boys, handing them charity money, saying, "There you go. Make sure that goes to a good cause for the church." "We will. Thanks, Mr. Scrooge. Merry Christmas, boys." Christmas Day. As Scrooge looks across, he sees his housemaid making her way to his home. He then walks up and says, "Ah, yes. Oh, oh, Mrs. Charles, am I happy to see you?" Okay, I'm happy to see you. Oh, wait, what are you doing?" "Well, I've got to come and clean your house, haven't I? And then I can get off." "Get off? No, 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 my house doesn't need cleaning. It's tidy enough as it is. Look, I don't want to see you now until the new year." "What? It's Christmas Day. Go be with your family. Oh, and when you come back, there'll be a raise in payment waiting for you. In fact, here is a check," as he signs a check, "for all the bonuses that I haven't given you for the last few years you've worked for me." "Are you all right, Mr. Scrooge?" "I'm never better," said Ben. "Now go on, be with your family, and I'll see you in the new year. Merry Christmas." "Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Scrooge," as she walks on. Then Scrooge strolls through town as he sees carolers singing, and then them quickly quietening themselves as they know him. Scrooge then approaches them and drops some money into a charity bucket and joins in with their carols, all gleeful and happy, and heads on further. Then he makes his way to the two charity workers from the day before, saying, "Ah, gentlemen, um, listen, I'm sorry about yesterday. I'm just wondering, is it not too late to make a donation?" No, Mr. Scrooge, it isn't. Um, every penny counts. What can we put you down for? Oh, well, you could put me down for. He then whispers in the charity man's ear, saying, "Mr. Scrooge, really? Yes, really. That's very generous of you. Oh, please, there are charities that need it more than I do. Merry Christmas," as he walks on. The other charity worker says, "Well, what did he say? How much is he going down for?" The other charity worker then whispers it in his ear as he looks in glee, saying, "Wow, really?" Then Scrooge then sees himself at the Cratchit home. He then knocks on the door, and answering it is one of the Cratchit children. And in the Cratchit house, as they finish up their Christmas dinner, this eldest son of Cratchit says, "Dad, your boss is here." "Oh no," said Emily. "He's allowed one day away from him." "Quite right too, Mrs. Cratchit. Um, I am not staying long. I just wanted to... Well, Bob, you've been working for me now for what, 6 years? Ever since my former partner Marley passed? Well, I want you to know that I no longer require your services as my assistant." You, you're firing me? As my assistant, yes. But I'm rehiring you as my business partner. What? That'll mean double, no, triple the salary, more holiday time, and also as a Christmas bonus to me, I would like to pay off your mortgage on this house, if you would allow me. Um, okay, Mr. Scrooge. And your boy here, Tim, I want to see to it personally that he gets the money to go to Switzerland and get the best treatment he can. Really? Yes. He has such a bright future ahead of him, and he should be well and healthy for it. Then Tim walks up to him and gives him a hug, saying, "What's this?" "It's a hug, Mr. Scrooge. I I haven't been hugged like this in a very long time." "Well, here's the first of many." "Thank you, boy." Then Scrooge then says to Cratchit, "Well, we'll talk about your new position in the new year. I don't want to see you till then." The new year? Yes. I'm giving you the whole rest of the week off." "I honestly don't know what to say, Mr. Scrooge. A simple Merry Christmas will be thank you enough for me." "Yes, Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge, and thank you." "Well, I best be going. I have other family matters to attend to myself. Merry Christmas, and God bless you all." Scrooge then leaves, where we then see his nephew Fred and his wife and their friends and family celebrating in the best way they can, until Fred hears a knock on the door. He then goes up and answers and says, "Uncle Ben?" "Hello, Fred. Can I come in?" Yeah, yes, sure." Then, as Scrooge walks in, the whole party and everyone goes silent, saying, "Ah, so this is your home?" And your friends? Yeah, uncle. This must be your beautiful wife. Hello, my name is Ebeneezer Scrooge, or Ben for short. She's very beautiful, your wife. You know, I was in love once. Biggest mistake I ever made, letting her go. Still, we can only learn from the past, can't we? Dad, who's this? Oh, this is my uncle. Ah, you must be my nephew's beautiful daughter. It's so nice to meet you. Are you staying for Christmas dinner? Oh, I don't think he is. He's got work to. Oh no, I have no work to do today. No work till I don't know January. I would love to attend dinner if the offer still stands and you'll have me. Fred then goes, "Oh, Uncle Ben, yes. Nothing will make me more happier. Of course you can join us. We always leave a spare seat for you." Then Scrooge says, "Well, what are we stood here for? It's Christmas. Let's celebrate." Scrooge then celebrates Christmas, and as the day goes on, they then have Christmas dinner. As Scrooge sits at the table, he says, "You know, next year we should have it at my place. I insist." And Scrooge has the best Christmas with his nephew and their family. And then, for a moment, he goes outside to get some fresh air. And there, he sees Marley. He walks up to him and says, "Jacob, I did it. I saved you." "Yes, you did. I'm sorry that things turned out for you the way they did." "Oh no, don't you see? These chains have gotten lighter." Then the chains vanish off Marley, saying, "I can finally be put to rest. I did it. I saved you." "Yes, you did. And you saved me too, Ben." "Where are you going now?" as he begins to fade away. "I can cross over now. My business is finished. Goodbye, Ben. Merry Christmas." "Merry Christmas to you, Jake." Then Marley then lays back in his coffin and goes to rest. As for Scrooge, he looks up at the sky, where he then says, "Thank you, spirits." Scrooge then goes back inside to celebrate more with his nephew. Then, 1 year later, Scrooge in that time did all he said and more, and was preparing to host a Christmas dinner at his house, where his friends and family and his nephew Fred all attend, even the Cratchit family, and for young Tiny Tim, who didn't die and made a full recovery, became like a second father to the Cratchit kids. "Uncle Scrooge," said Tim as he runs up to him and runs into his arms, and they hug, going, "Ah, there's my Christmas hug. Come on, dinner's almost ready. And then we have gifts to open." Then Scrooge and everyone sits around the table as they begin their Christmas feast. And Cratchit then says, "First of all, I just want to say Merry Christmas, everyone. And to dedicate this to Mr. Scrooge, or Ben as he lets me call him now. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. And God bless us, everyone," said Tim. "Quite right, Tim. Quite right. Now, let's dine." Everybody then tucks into the Christmas meal and celebrates Christmas. Meanwhile, in Marley's coffin, as he is resting, he hears a commotion outside going, "Oh, what is this again? Marley then opens and gets out of his coffin, where he sees himself in a paradise-like beach scene, where he sees the free spirits saying, "Ah, Mr. Marley, you're just in time. Joy, we're about to have a huge banquet. Would you care to join us?" Bing, I thought your time on Earth was over. It was, and now I'm in the afterlife. Same as you. Then Marley looks up and sees Noel, no longer frost-frozen or cold-looking, but still tall and in hood and rags. He then goes, "Ah, Christmas dinner with you three. Well, I guess I could accept that." Noel then cracks a smile, as all the other two spirits do. Marley then gathers round a table with the ghosts as they all tuck into their own Christmas dinner in paradise. The end. And there you go, my rendition of A Christmas Carol set in modern times. What did you think to it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe if you wish. So yeah, that's it for this one. If you've stuck to the end, then thank you, it means a lot. I mean, this has probably been a long video as it is. So yes, all I want to say now is have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from me, Random Ross, at Random TV. God bless us, everyone.